Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. This is still a little strange. It's my third week, but getting used to the setup here. I'm by myself. Welcome to Shelter at Home. Good evening, everybody. Oh, hold on a second. Thank you for being here. I'm here myself. This is still... Okay, now we're ready. Well, we know that works at least. Thank you guys for being here. We're here to celebrate the week, but some sad things happen in the jazz community, but we're going to uplift the lives of three very dear members of our community that we lost. Mr. Bucky Pizzarelli, Mr. Wallace Roney, and Ellis Marsalis. And I'm going to do my best just to uplift their names and their legacies. Miss them so much already, but I'm glad that you guys are here. We are celebrating, surviving, and maybe thriving some. Another week here, Friday night solo piano. Thanks, guys. That's for Wallace, Bucky, and Ellis, who we lost this week. But we're together today to celebrate life, celebrate their lives, and all those, hug your loved ones. Now's the time to do it. I'd like to play. Ellis Marsalis was he was a real father figure to myself and a number of jazz musicians from my generation and from pretty much every generation that came before him. And I want to play a song that is kind of one of his tunes that became an anthem in New Orleans. All the years I lived there, this is like, a standard tune. And I always think about Ellis Marsalis at Snug Harbor. I'll always think of him there. And, the words of wisdom he gave me, the love he gave me, he gave the whole jazz community. And just we want to send a lot of love and great thoughts to the whole family, to Winton and Branford and Jason and Delfeo and Ellis and Mboya and just the whole family and the grandchildren and all that for a loss and for the whole jazz community. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. So just so you know, if this is your first week, I'm here by myself. I'm practicing social distancing. I hope you are too. I'm all about the social distance. We got to beat this thing. We got to beat this thing down so we can get back to the music, so that we can get back to love and life and all that kind of stuff. So this is just a little substitute, a little something for you and for me. In the meantime, we can meet here on Fridays to do this. But you'll see we got a couple camera angles, but we don't have any cameraman or camerawoman. So there's actually a robot operating this camera here that's moving, you'll see on the keys. But there's nobody in here. I'm by myself. So if this is working, I'm so excited. If not, I'm just playing for myself, and you can't hear or see anything. But I hope it's all working, and I really thank you guys for being here. This is Swinging at the Haven by Ellis Marsalis. Oh, I got to check to make sure everything's cool here. I got people monitoring it. Okay, good. No text, that means we're good. Love you, Ellis. Thank you for everything. That's Ellis Marsalis's Swinging at the Haven. All right, can you guys hear okay? Can you see okay? Those of you that are here for the first time, you'll think this is a weird time to check your text, but what I'm checking is I have two partners that are actually monitoring from afar remotely what's going on here, and they're going to text me if there's any kind of problem. And I'm not getting anything, so that's great. They are controlling the different camera angles. We have a robot moving this one thing. I'm amazed by all this, but this is, we're sheltering at home. This is week number 3, solo piano. I'm here at Open Studio by myself, the only person in the building, and we are social distancing. I even wrote a tune that I'm going to play in a little bit about social distancing because it's become such a part of our vernacular and way of our life, but we got to do it. We got to flatten the curve. We got to save lives out here. You know, it's getting real. It is getting real. So we got to hug our loved ones. We got to stay at home, stay at home, stay at home. So right now, I'd like to play for you a tune that I wrote about, I don't know, maybe 15, 12 years ago. I was going to say 7 years ago, but I always double whatever I think it was. I saw you 5 years ago. That means I saw you 10 years ago. But yeah, I think I wrote this about 15 years ago and recorded it on a record called Something Unexpected, a live record I did right around the corner from here with Nicholas Payton talking about New Orleans and Ellis Marsalis, Reginald Veal, Bryce Winston. Had a lot of fun on it. But I hope you enjoy it. It's called The Unusual Suspects. Thank you guys for helping me out with that, with a little bit of clappage there. Appreciate that. I could feel it. For sure. That was Unusual Suspects, composition of mine from a few years back. Right now, I'd like to play a tune that I really love, and thinking about Ellis a lot this week. He helped me out many years ago on this song with just a couple of pieces of just expert advice, and I always hold that and carry that along and pass that along from him. And this is a tune written by Duke Ellington. I played something last week or the week before from Billy Strayhorn, and they worked together so much. This is a very early composition, actually, of Duke Ellington's. I'd like to dedicate this to Kelly Martin, Kelly Sledge Martin, who is very close and near to my heart, and love her dearly, and going on this life journey together, many twists and turns, many years now. And this is called Sophisticated Lady. Blue Monk by Thelonious Monk. How's everybody doing out there? Hope you're doing well. It's Friday. I realized one of the main reasons I'm doing these Friday concerts is just to let you guys know what day of the week it is, because I've been hearing and feeling that every day runs into another. So let's just meet here. When you see me on YouTube Live playing like this, the jacket on, you know it's Friday. And then everything else in between is just another day, okay? All right, I'm going to grab a little bit of water. Don't go anywhere. This is not an intermission. Maybe you can still hear me. Look, I'm drinking water. All right. So let's just check in here with my remote camera operators. Hopefully everything's cool. Can you guys see okay? Everything is great. Yup. Adam says yup. Dan says everything is great. Those guys know what they're talking about. So let's get together afterwards for a little drink. Have you guys gotten used to like all the weird stuff we do online now? Have you done any happy hours or lessons? I got a kid that's going to university in her bedroom. Everything can kind of be done online like this. So you know what it is? We're making the best of it. This is the human spirit here. So let's join right afterwards for a drink. We'll do a little meet and greet like we did last week. I've got a little something back there, and maybe you guys can have something. We can just talk a little bit. I'll stay online. So, maybe in about 20 minutes or so, we'll be right here. Nobody's got anywhere to go. Don't be going out. So there you go. Have you noticed, too, it's funny, like when you call people now, you FaceTime them, if they don't answer, you're like, come on, I know you're at home. Everybody's at home now, or they should be. Okay, so next I would like to do, this is a kind of funny thing. I did a video about 3 years ago, 3 years ago, I'm not sure, when the movie La La Land was out. I love that movie. My daughter loved that movie, and she told me about it. Actually, I hadn't seen it yet, and she's like, Dad, you got to see this movie, La La Land. And I was like, oh, what is it? She's like, oh, it's starring, I don't remember, what's the guy? Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Phillips, Ryan Seacrest. I don't know. But she's like, and he plays a jazz pianist in the movie, and he lives in L.A. And I was like, wow, I do not want to see that movie. That sounds horrible. And she's like, no, you're really going to like it. The music's great. The dancing's great. It's like a musical. That was another strike for me. But on the recommendation of my daughter, I went to see it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fantastic movie. And it is about a jazz pianist. The thing is, the music in the movie is not jazz music, actually. It's like Hollywood kind of throwback musical show music. So it's kind of funny. They have a little bit of jazz because of the plot, but the actual music from the movie is not really jazz. I mean, it's maybe a little jazzy, as you might say, but not jazz. So there was a tune on there, though. I thought, okay, let me try to sort of twist this into some jazz, or really just improvise over it and have some fun with it. So I did it, and I just put together a quick arrangement, recorded it. We made a YouTube video because we were testing out some equipment at a beautiful concert hall, the Sheldon Concert Hall, right around the corner from here. And we just kind of put it up, and it really took off, and it was like one of my most popular YouTube videos, just because everyone wanted to hear that song. So I never played it again until like yesterday, and I've been asked for it so much over the years. I said, you know what? I'm gonna play it. Why not? This is quarantine time, shelter at home, do something new. So I went back and learned my own arrangement because I just put it together that day and improvised on it. So this is my reinterpretation, or of learning my arrangement from myself of Another Day of Sun, which I think is like it's the song at the beginning, the scene when they're like out on the highway and everybody's parked in the Technicolor and everything. It's kind of a cool thing. And I totally changed it around, though. So if you love that movie and you're married to it being exactly like in the movie, like how the music was, this is a little different. But hopefully you can recognize some of it. This is Another Day of Sun from La La Land. Now, see if I did learn it again. Thank you. Another day of sun. Second time in 3 years. Maybe I'll play it every 3 years. Maybe that's the trick to it. Keeps it fresh, you know. So hope you guys are with your loved ones. I hope your loved ones are safe. We want to send out loving wishes, kindness to everybody that's sick or in pain or separated from their loved ones. This is a tumultuous time, but we want to, you know, reach out. I called a bunch of people, FaceTime, call everybody now. You know, give them your love and your healing. It means everything. We got to stick together in this. It's one love, one humanity. Right now, I'd like to play. I'm going to do a couple more if that's cool with you guys, unless you're going out. No, you're not going out. You're not going out. Oh, yeah, I actually wrote a tune this week. But maybe I'll do, maybe I'll do that one. So I call this is super original and topical, the social distancing blues. Just because, you know, that's what's up. That's what's up now. So this is the world premiere. I actually wrote it yesterday and today. This is really fresh. So hope you enjoy Social Distancing Blues. Just so you know, a little theme of this, it's kind of fast and it moves through things quickly because I'm hoping we can move through social distancing quickly because we're going to beat this thing, okay? That's the concept behind it being fast. Stevie Wonder, I Wish. Thank you guys so much for being here. I had a great time. Come back next Friday. We're going to survive. We're going to thrive. Next week's going to be better than this week. Love you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Shelter in Place, week 3. Let's meet up for a drink. If you guys want to stick around, we're going to do a little virtual, I guess we're a little late for happy hour, but this is the post-concert reception. I'm here by myself at Open Studio. Those of you that weren't here last week, I'm doing this solo, and I see the robot kept moving. I wish you guys could see. I'm trying to think if there's any way I could show you. I can't show you this because I'm afraid to move anything. Everything's working so well. But if you guys like, I can grab, we can have a little bit of, a little bit of post-concert. I've got the Riegers from Kansas City. Big shout out to the other side of the state. Where's everybody from? I love hearing about that. If you guys want to drop in the comments where you're from. Let me see here. I guess I should have checked to make sure everything was cool still. Hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. I had such a good time. I can't tell you what this means to me. It's like I'm coming here to do a gig. I'm getting dressed, leaving my house, just coming directly here to our own entrance, very safe. But it's like, it's Friday night. So I'm so grateful that I have a chance to play music and an audience, and I appreciate you guys being here. And yeah. So Tommy, the first person I see. What's up, Tommy? Hi, Peter. Good to hear from you. Let me refresh here. Andy Z, you came back this week. You must have enjoyed what you saw last week. Let me see if I can do this here. Man, this was a crazy week. Crazy week. We lost some really dear musicians, and I don't want to dwell on that, but I want to, more than anything, just uplift their names, in case you didn't know them. Bucky Pizzarelli, Wallace Roney, one of the leading trumpeters of our generation, and Ellis Marsalis, a father to so many, an incredible pianist, and, wonderful. So I'm glad I'm here with you guys to kind of, celebrate their lives. U-City, that's right, U-City, London. What's up, CP in London? Man, the global community, I got to tell you, it's a very special thing. Jill in Crested Butte. Yes. Leandro in Brazil. Where you at in Brazil? David enjoyed in Belfast. Wow, thank you. Nancy, Tacoma Park. That's my sister right there. I got to give it up to Nancy because she's really the first one that introduced me to Stevie Wonder, and I played some of his music last week. I'll probably play some of his stuff every week. She was very hip to the music game, great musician herself, but I was so deep into jazz. And I remember, I think she had like Musicarium or one of those records, and she was like, I think there's Dizzy Gillespie playing on the B side of this record. I was like, yeah, right. And she played me Sir Duke, and yeah, so. What's up from Michigan? great state of Michigan. I tell you, man, having gone to some of these, what's up, Neil, hometown St. Louis, Kim in San Diego, having gone to many of these places, if not all of them. Ashland, Oregon, wow, beautiful place there. What's up, Becky? Deborah, one of our longtime members at Open Studio, one of my students, and I met so many times. Carmel by the Sea, wow, that's a pretty place. But, you know, going to a lot of these places, then when you're kind of shut off from the world, it makes it such a special thing. So anyway, thank you guys for shouting out where you're from. Cornelius in Sacramento, Sacktown, Denmark, 314. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Lasse. Boogie Jensen in Denmark, 314. Yeah, somebody was asking earlier if I could do a show earlier for Europe and then one even earlier for Asia sometime. And you know what? I'm going to try to do that. We leave these up for, you can listen to them anytime. But I mean, it's kind of a special thing for me and hopefully for you guys. Okay, this could be a disaster, but we'll see. To be able to meet live. You know, live still means something, even if we can't be in person. Being at the same place, the same time, the same energy, I got to tell you that really means something. So thank you guys for being here. If you have an adult beverage or water or a child beverage, Shirley Temple, whatever it is, maybe we could raise a glass together virtually. Here's to Ellis Marsalis, Bucky Pizzarelli, and Wallace Roney, and all those that we lost this week, you know. And to all of you guys and to all of us, to humanity and to our loved ones and to the music that's going to keep us going and going to show us the light as we get through this pandemic period. And so, yeah, listening from Dublin, man, it's like I hear, you know, these places, Dublin. I love Dublin so much. Thank you for the weekly live concerts. No, thank you. Listening from Dublin, it's 1 a.m. over here, but I'm going to be here every Friday, actually Saturday. Yeah. Rockland County, New York. Hope you're doing well. John in Fort Lauderdale, my home state. Gaithersburg, Maryland. Beautiful music for life. Repping U City. We got a lot of U City repping. That's really my real hometown. Darth, Chicago. What's up, Chi-Town? Greetings from Turkey. I remember going to Istanbul the first time, 1991, with Betty Carter. And I always love just saying her name and thinking about Betty Carter, the great Betty Carter, legend and teacher and practitioner of our music. But I went when I was 20 years old playing with Betty Carter. And, I mean, I was floored. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know why I was there. But I was just taking it all in. So every time I've been back, man, I appreciate it. And I know I'll be back. I know we're going to be back. New Jersey. Jersey. Love it. Lots of fans out here. Great. Chi-Town, another Chi-Town. Melbourne, Australia. Okay, so it's in Melbourne, it's like what, 8 or 9 in the morning or something, so that's not too bad. Manila, Philippines. Yeah, I love Manila. Tokyo. Domo arigato gozaimasu. Chicago, some more. BC, Canada. Talk about a beautiful place there. I mean, we joke here in St. Louis because we're like, everything is beautiful compared to here. Actually, it's very nice here, but it's... Mark, what's up, Mark, in Denver? Avare, Brazil. Nice. Did I see a Romero Lubambo earlier on here? I think I did right at the beginning, man. I get so... what's up, Ron Rogers? Very dear friend here in St. Louis. That's very good. Andy Z says, thank you, Peter. That was Stevie Wonderful. I think Andy Z might have a little cabin fever on the puns, but he's doing well with that. I like that. Very good. Time to get a drink for the after party. That's great. That's what I'm doing here. Yeah, so I'm having a little Rieger's whiskey. This is about the same. I was so busy this week. If you remember from last week, this was pretty much the same as I haven't had any since then because, I don't know, this week went by fast. And, you know, it's been such a flurry of just horrible news and loss and mounting death tolls, but also some wonderful things that I don't even know how to process, you know, the beauty and the horrible. And I mean, everything's moving though. That's the thing. Life is happening and things are moving along. So let's just hold on. Standing ovation from Satomi. Thank you so much. Wonderful Friday evening concert. Yes, it is Friday. Yoniyama. What is up? Victor. Thank you, Victor. Man, I'm sorry I'm having... Buenos Aires. Now, that's a place I've never been and I really want to go once we get through all this. please somebody bring me down there, or I should just come down. But I want to come down and play music there if you guys will have me. Louisville, Kentucky. Enjoying very old Barton. Yes, very good, Juliana. Yeah, what are you guys drinking? What's happening? You do not need a rhythm section. Fantastic, Martha. Thank you. I don't need it, and I can't have it, but I love it. I love having it, so I miss it. I miss all my rhythm section. Christian McBride and Carl Allen, Ulysses Owens, Greg Hutchinson, Reuben Rogers, Reginald Veal, Terrion Gully. I mean, all the, Bob DeBoo, Montez Coleman, my stolen rhythm section. I mean, I love all those guys. 20 is young to be touring with Betty Carter. You must have showed your skills early and found your niche. Yeah, well, actually, Betty Carter was known for hiring young musicians and really molding them. She cared about the music so much. And, we thought we were hot shizit, but we were, because we were playing with Betty. But it was really just she cared about the music, so she wanted to teach us. She could have gotten a lot more seasoned players, but she did a wonderful thing. Boom, boom, boom. Drinking caipirinha. That's nice. Man, maybe I'll do that next week. Maybe I did see Romero Lubombo on here. I don't know if he's still there. Brian F. What's up? Open Studio Live. You know it. Romero Lubombo showed me a wonderful recipe for a caipirinha when we were on the road at the Hollywood Bowl, actually. And I always remember it, and I make it, and it's kind of the season for it. So maybe we'll do a little cocktail making afterwards next week. We'll see what's happening. Ian Dobbins. Okay, so Ian, thank you. Ian threw a little money in the virtual tip jar, which I just learned about the last couple of weeks. Ian, thank you very much. You said cheers and thanks, and it's big and orange, and there's a $20 by it, and that is so kind. I appreciate that so much. That's really beautiful. Thank you, sir. And Ian is the name of my oldest son. I love the name Ian. I've always loved that name. And, yeah. What's up, Mo? Love you. I love you, too. Judy on Harvard Avenue. That's right. That's our little street there. Hope you're well. Laura from Santiago, Chile. That's another place I really want to go. I want to go to Santiago. Thailand. I want to come back to Thailand. Lincoln, California. What's up, Dave? Pick and Stone. All right, Pick and Stone. You were around last week, and I heard about it. Are you saying again? My kids were so excited because they're big fans. My younger kids, they're not that young, but they're younger, are big fans of Adam Manis, who's our creative director here at Open Studio and is an amazing jazz pianist himself, as well as a composer, multi-instrumentalist. But Pick and Stone, wasn't that you? Mr. Spaceman says, Reese's Pieces, be safe and healthy. Pick and Stone last week was asking for Adam Manis, and my kids thought that was so cool. So they were like, tell Pick and Stone we agree. We want Adam Manis on here. So I'm just saying, Ann Martin, I love you. We're not related, but I feel like we are. Peter, you're the best. Thanks so much. You as well. I look forward to seeing you in person once that is available. Sue Williams, how about a little Brazilian music next week? I will do it. Yeah, let me make a note here, or somebody remind me, please. Somebody on the team. Brazilian. Yeah, so I did last week the Caetano Velosa composition. I had such a good time with that. And usually I kind of know what I'm going to do. And Homero and I are actually working on a collaboration that we're going to get out hopefully the next couple of days. I got a backlog. We've been shooting videos and sending them to each other, and Greg Hutchinson and Diane Reeves. We got some fun stuff going on, and it's my fault because I'm sort of the log jam. So over the weekend I'm going to work on that, but definitely we'll hit some Brazilian stuff next week. Igor from Brazil. Man, I'm going to tell you, Brazil is, I don't know, those of you that haven't been to Brazil before, you got to get down there once all this is over. Brazil is, everyone knows it's an amazing and cool place, but it is probably the most musical place on the planet. I mean, everybody just knows and loves, even if they don't play, they can sing and they understand the music, the energy there when you play. And it's great for us as musicians because you got to be on your A game. Like the audiences there know what's up. Like if you go into a groove, and it's not just about Brazilian grooves, any kind of groove, you better be in that groove because they know how to groove. And so I love that. It's like, it's like going to play basketball, Rucker Park or something. The audience, it's all the old heads there. Like, they know what's up. You better bring your A game. So always a lot of love and gratitude for Brazil. Maurice Carnes, what's going on, Peter Martin? How you doing, my brother? Maurice, a fantastic drummer from right here in the Lou, Wellston, born and raised. I miss you, man. Hope to see you. I will see you soon. Elio and Edu from Bryant. Yes, man. Jobim, man. So much Brazilian music. Hello from Paris. Yeah, I know I should be sleeping. No, you shouldn't. So I just talked to my friend at length, FaceTime with him yesterday, Chris Thomas, who lives in Paris, and he was, telling me he was in really good spirits, but he was just saying, like, there's not a lot of going out in Paris. Like, you got to stay in your neighborhood. You got to have your paperwork. And I know everybody out there in different parts of the world, it's different levels of lockdown, basically, and quarantine. In some places, you're just totally inside. Here in St. Louis, I really think we should be more inside. I mean, we are. Everything is closed except essential things. But, you can still go to the park. You can go out and walk, which is great. But, I mean, people need to respect the space, and they need to, we got to beat this thing. We got to beat this thing, and it's up to every one of us. And I don't want to get on I'm not going to get on a political thing here because I'm a piano player. But I'm just saying, I talk to my friends around the world, and some other places are taking this to the next level, which is what we have to do. Yeah. Toby, what's up, brother? Toby from right here in St. Louis. Another one of my namesakes that I think maybe I am related. Maybe all Martins are actually related. 3 for 3, Peter. You're crushing it as usual. Thank you. Love the tunes and the chat sesh. Yeah, I'm having fun, man. It's weird to talk to. I mean, we're all getting used to this. Do everything on Zoom and whatever. I think it's going to make it all the more satisfying and sweet when we can get together again, both for concerts and chat. I think people are going to really appreciate that. And but we're doing what we can now. What's up, Dane? Thanks again, and thank you for CWYP. Open Studio is the best. Much love from Durham. I love Durham, North Carolina. My mother's from Durham, and my grandparents were from there. They're actually from Germany, but they relocated. And my mom was born in Durham, and I have so many great memories of going. We were living in Florida, and we drive up every summer to my grandmother's house in Durham. I love my aunt and uncle are still there, and a bunch of family, and truly one of the coolest places. And thank you for that. That's so cool that CWYP is kind of catching on. That means choose what you pay. We're still doing that here at Open Studio, and openstudiojazz.com/CWYP. It's really exactly what it sounds like. You choose what you want to pay for our courses. If you're hurting financially, if your money is funny, as we say, it's all good. We are here. This whole thing was built to help our students around the globe play jazz better. That's what it's about. So we've opened the whole thing up. We got courses from Christian McBride, Diane Reeves, some Grammys there, Peter Martin, Adam Manis, Jeff Keyser. Anyway, check that out. But thank you, Dane, for that love. Play some Herbie Hancock, One Finger Snap, Maurice Carnes. Man, I kind of I don't know. Maybe let me do that next week. Can somebody make a note of that too? Maybe I'll remember it. Yeah, I will do that. I want to shed on that. That would be a fun one to do. Thank you, Maurice, for that. Nothing beats the Bossa Nova. Yeah, the Bossa Nova. Come on, that's what's up. Ray Van Hilst just dropped a little cash himself. Got a big orange sticker. Thank you, sir. Man, I feel weird, you guys. I mean, I thank you. There's a lot of gratitude for you guys doing that and thinking of us here. Ray, thank you. Thank you for the 1999. And Kaya, 1999. Thanks for the music. 1999 is like a magic number, and it's Prince's not greatest, one of his great albums. It was a fun year. I remember 1999. I was 29, 28, something like that. From Kaya Sampaio. Thank you so much. Thanks for the music, he or she says. That's so cool, you guys. I really appreciate that. Johnny M says, "Oh snap, D Reeves is in his owl. Is she really? See, this is always good stuff when there's like musical royalty around and you don't know it. till afterwards. And actually, Diane and I've talked about this before. That's great to know it afterwards, so you're not nervous during the show. What's up, Diane? Oh, I see your comment now. I like the after show too. Great concert. Yeah, Diane is definitely in the house, and that's always a good thing. I'm gonna get that recording too. I know I'm a little late on that. I'm sorry. I got it. I'm taking care of a little business here while we're talking to you. We're working on a little remote side project, you know. Boom, 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 boom. Man, I'm getting tired reading, but this is cool. So many comments. Miami, Florida. What's up, Miami? How are you guys doing down there? Man, it's like I hear different things, and I was down there, man, it seems like a lifetime ago, but it was only like, what, a month, 2 months ago when we did the jazz cruise. And, yeah, with Diane and the whole band, and we left from Miami. It was Super Bowl weekend, so I guess it was, what is that, beginning of February, end of January, something like that. We had to spend just not enough time in Miami. Anyway, Zach, what's up, Zach? Awesome show, really enjoyed it. I appreciate that. Thanks, Peter. I wish we weren't so far away. Yes, exactly. Everything feels far away now, and it's tough. It's tough. Queensland, Australia. Melissa. Talk about faraway places. The first time I went to Australia, the flight, I mean, I'd been on a lot of long flights, and you sort of get used to it, but then it's like the bar gets raised, then the bar gets raised, then the bar got raised on that one. That's a long flight. But the beautiful thing was, every flight after it doesn't seem so bad. But, I mean, Australia, that's why they say it's down under. But then you get there, and it's like the most beautiful place you've ever seen. The people are so cool. I mean, we all know Australian people, like in the States or in Europe, you know, you meet them, and you don't really notice because they're Australian and they're nice and they're beautiful and they're fit and they're smart. And you're like, wow, this is just a smart Australian that escaped from the country or is traveling, walkabout. But then you get there and everybody's like that. I mean, not everybody, but a great percentage. It's kind of like Brazil. A lot of beautiful people in Brazil. Very small percentage of ugly people, if any. But Australia's like, man, people are just mad cool, super fit, super kind, and it's beautiful there. I mean, it's like, I'm always surprised when they travel. Why would you leave? What's up, Rich, in Las Vegas? When are you coming to Las Vegas? We have the beautiful Smith Center just waiting for you. Yes. Actually, I've been at the Smith Center, but it's been a couple of years, and I want to come back for sure. Come on. Bring me back. I can do solo piano or with the group, whatever. I want to go back to Vegas. I'm sorry, I'm missing a lot of stuff. Jude is asking about the Rhodes again. Yeah, maybe I should play it. It's a flat top Rhodes with really great action. I haven't played it in a while. Adam knows about it. He's commenting on it there. Love from Rome. Luca from Rome. What's up, Luca? Thank you. I hope you guys are doing cool there. I know I talked at length with Greg Hutchinson, who lives over there in Rome yesterday, and he kind of filled me in on what's happening, and hopefully you guys are flattening that curve and getting over that hump, because you guys have, you know, gone through it, but you're survivors. We all are. What mile of roads? Oh, yeah, he answered that, right. Emotion in motion. Man, I've been trying not to repeat it. I don't think I've repeated anything. I don't usually worry about that, but I'm like, this is such an appointment thing, and I don't know how many online concerts people are able to go to. But I can't get Rieger's in Virginia. Sucks. Daryl. Well, you know what? Yeah, I don't know if this is just like, man, this stuff is good. This stuff is smooth. What are you guys drinking? That's what I was asking. Somebody said caipirinha, but that's all I got. This stuff is tight, though. Maybe you could order it online. I don't know if they love you. Estate. Ooh. Pascual. Yeah, I've been known to play that. That's a beautiful one. I'll throw that in the mix. Pete, name for the social distance blues. How about go the social distance? I like that. What's up, Rob? Rob, trumpet man here in St. Louis. Wakina player. What age did you start playing piano? Who provided you lessons? I started playing, and if my mom is on here, I never know if she's always like the next day. I'll be like, I saw you on the internet thing. But I don't know if that means she's if she's watching right now, she would know. She always just be. I always thought I started playing piano when I was 3, and I started violin right before that. I know I started violin first, but there was a piano around. I vaguely remember my sister playing, and well, I mean, they were all playing it at some point. But I learned a lot from both of my parents, who are not like they're really string players. So I learned violin, but they also both play piano, especially my dad. And then I had a couple really good piano teachers that were like friends of theirs that they would exchange lessons. So I had a lot of musical privilege, as you would say, in terms of education all throughout. I mean, I had some great piano teachers. I could sit here all night and tell you about them. But Victor says, I'm drinking a great Argentinian red wine. Yes, man, Argentina is killing it on the Vino Rosso. I mean, come on now. Y'all are doing up right. I actually had one the other night with the missus. That's modern day TV for you. Too much sax and violins. That's good. That's very good. Okay, I see we're cooped inside and the puns are coming out. DW, Jim Beam Black. Hey, that's not a bad choice there, sir. Or DW, sir or ma'am. Great work. Keep it up. I will. Caipirinha is a drink from Brazil. Yeah, maybe we'll do a little mix of that. I usually get into it in the summer, which we're not quite in. Verner's Ginger Ale, old school. Man, my dad, he loves Verner's. I don't know if he can still get it, but he's always talking about Verner's. Can you play some Ellis Marsalis? Yeah, I did actually at the beginning of the show. So once this is finished, you can go back and see. I did. What was it? Swinging at the Haven. Hello from Worcester, Ohio. Is it Worcester or Worcester? I guess Boston, Massachusetts is Worcester. That's Worcester probably. What's cachaça, Diane? Diane getting all up in the comments. I love it. Yeah, Diane can tell you about cachaça. She knows a little something about making a caipirinha as well. We have made them together, and we've made them comparing each other's as well. I hope Diane will do a concert too. Stay tuned. That would be awesome. I think we got to figure out a way to get in the same place though. So we got to flatten the curve first. Come on. All right, Jude, signing off now. Much love. Love you too. Take 5 Tito Puente version for next week. Okay. I'd like to play I'll Be Seeing You, the beautiful ballad. Yes. New Plymouth, New Zealand. Oh man, I love New Zealand. I got family in New Zealand. I got like 4 or 5 cousins there, and gotten a chance to meet them when I went. That was cool. Steve Cohen, Brazilian rum. Diane Reeves. Oh, she's saying Brazilian rum. Oh, she's answering the caipirinha. See, now I'm getting all up in the mix. See, I'm getting all up in the Kool-Aid. I don't even know the flavor. Whoa, Sue, you are amazing. Thank you, Sue. Thank you for dropping that. What is that? Not a Benjamin. That's a Jackson. Sue dropped a Jackson. I appreciate that. Jameson cold brew. What is that? I know Jameson. I remember in Dublin them talking about going to. I was there for a while one time. I had a few days off in between a tour, and I was staying at this kind of neighborhood, and I would go to the same pub. And people are like, you got to go to your pub, and then it becomes your pub, right? After just 2 days, everyone's so friendly. And I went in, and the guy next to me was like, I'll take a John. And I was like, John Jameson, So I always think of that, Jameson. But I don't know about the cold brew. How about a Roy Hargrove tune, maybe? All right. Now, man, thank you guys. You're making requests for next week. Maybe I'll do that or something else. I know some old school Roy stuff that's kind of rare that I hold very deep to my heart because Roy taught me his tunes when I played with him. It's a very special thing. I still have the memory of him sitting at the piano and like showing them to me and stuff. So I'll definitely throw that in the mix. Oh, okay. We got a little microphone etiquette. I like that. More oblique angle on the mic, please. The sound gets picked up at the top rather than the side. So is this right? Or is this right? The top. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Hey from NOLA. What's up, Miles? Boom, 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 boom. We have homemade wine. Maybe I'll send you some. Yes, send me that. You can still get Verner's. It's a hot cellar in Michigan, of course. Oh, that's right. It's Michigan. It's a Michigan thing. Cool. Well, Mulgrew Miller. I love Mulgrew. That's talk about somebody we lost too early. Mulgrew, a force in the music and a force as a kind, warm, loving soul, for other pianists and other musicians. Am I holding this correctly now? I got a little. How many hours did you shed at the most? I'm gonna tell you one thing. The last couple of weeks, I think I practiced more than I have in years. I've just been like obsessed with practicing and kind of had some time to do it. So a lot of great musicians born in Detroit. That's right. Rodney Whitaker, Elvin Jones. This is just Hank Jones off the top of my head, of course. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for hanging. This is so cool. I really appreciate it. Thank you for listening. I will be back next week, and we're going to try to enhance things even a little bit more. How'd you guys like the keyboard view here? This thing is still moving. I can't show you because if I move one camera, I'm going to screw everything up. We got everything just set up, but the camera so Dan, my partner in all this crazy stuff, Dan and Adam are controlling the sound and the cameras remotely at their houses via the internet, and the system that we've just learned and put a lot into. They put a lot into setting this stuff up separately, and then being able to control it remotely, and it's kind of an amazing thing, I think. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and much love to everybody, and I'll see you next week. Feel free to continue commenting. I'll check it out and let me know what you thought. Peace and love.